Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Enjoy Life. I'm your host, Casey Crutchfield, and welcome to episode 46, inching closer and closer to a whole year of Enjoy Life podcast. I'm super excited. But without further ado, we have a little solo episode today, and today's episode is really just about life and doing life things. And, sometimes in life, we got to call some audibles and make some other things shake. And it's just been a ride these past couple weeks, almost about a month now. But that's kind of what we're going to get into today. But first, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers, all the viewers, all the supporters, all of y'all. I say this every episode, either towards the beginning or the end. I'm super grateful for all of you, for all of y'all support. It means the world. But it's just been a little rough these past couple of days. And first off, I want to start by saying it has been 3 weeks since I last filmed. I had really grinded out 1 week and did a bunch of episodes, so I just had content out. So it does feel weird filming because I haven't done it in 3 weeks. But it's just been a little bit of adjustments. Right now for grad school, we're kind of in that point where we're almost done with the semester. We're inching closer. So, of course, when you're inching closer towards something, we have more assignments, more other things come up. And then on top of that, also had a little situation to where at work, I have a little bit more on my plate now, we could say. I don't want to go too much into it, but that's kind of what I wanted to make this episode about, really, because I feel like everyone has those times in life where something switches up on them just out of the blue, and it switches up your daily habit, your routine, or just how you go about life in that certain lifestyle in general. And that's kind of what I'm going through right now. And I like to call it calling an audible, because these past weeks have been straight audibles and doing things that I'm not really used to, and maybe at first wasn't so comfortable with, and now I'm starting to learn and just kind of go with the flow. And I think the first step is to, acknowledge that change needs to be met, whether that's waking up a little bit earlier, going to bed a little bit earlier, um, making sure you film one day. That way you have plenty of time to go ahead and edit and do the things you want to do. And, just those other things you do in life, whether it's going to the gym or catching up on some free time with yourself. I just feel like I keep saying these past couple weeks, but it's just the gas, foot on the gas, heavy foot right now. And I'm still trying to learn, like, kind of how to adjust to all of this. And it's really not that easy. And one thing I truly want to say is that I want to apologize to you guys, because I feel like I haven't been holding up my end on certain things, like the past 3 episodes I made. I really haven't posted that many clips to go along with it. And I think it's important to post clips and to be able to do things like that just to get y'all attention about the episode, instead of, just posting when the episode drops. And that's something that I'm trying to figure out how to make some free time to do, or even maybe reach out to someone and see if I can pay them to do that for me, because, that's kind of at the point where I'm at right now. And I guess it's just that battle you have within yourself, because I'm always honest with myself, and I feel like everyone deep inside, they can truly be honest with themselves. And I just know that I got to figure out something different. Like, I need to change something, some of my routines, some of my habits. And it's nothing major, but the change is needed to do the things that I want to be able to do. Because if I'm being honest with myself, I'm not putting myself in a position to do that. And I think that's okay to admit, and I'm glad that I can, admit that freely on here and feel comfortable enough to say that. I just feel like I can do better in certain things, and, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to change and do certain things to a better level, and I just got to do better. And I'll be the first one to acknowledge that. I've said this before on other podcasts. I'm very hard on myself, and I just know that something's got to change. Something's got to do better. But I would just want to say, I hope you guys have been doing well. Because like I said, I've filmed the last 3 episodes really close by. So it has been 3 weeks since I've filmed. So I'm sorry if I feel a little awkward around the camera. It feels great to be filming again. It feels good just to, be able to express how I feel and speak freely. Also, I think one thing that's kind of helped me is I recently joined a podcasters community on Facebook where everyone kind of posts their thoughts and their ideas and asks for questions. And I found that very helpful because, there's not too many people who know that much about podcasting, and there's like thousands of people in this community. So I'm truly blessed to be able to do that. And if I'm going to post a link to this episode, so if any of you are newly watching from this, I hope you enjoy this episode. I'm just kind of spitballing and speaking my mind. It's not going to be too long of an episode, but another thing that I just wanted to bring up to shift away from this need for change and all these audibles and crazy things that happen in life is me and my friend. I'm not going to say his name, but we had a little bit of a debate this week, and it's kind of a silly topic, but I got to know how you guys feel about this because personally I think he's dead wrong. We got into a little conversation. Somehow we were talking about Lil Wayne. For those of y'all who know, Lil Wayne is my favorite artist, from Louisiana, greatest lyricist of all time. His raps are amazing. And we kind of got into this debate whether if Lil Wayne has been to Blue Bayou. Now, I don't remember exactly how Blue Bayou got connected to Lil Wayne. Now, he does have a verse and a song about Blue Bayou. But we just kind of got into this long debate about whether or not if he's been to Blue Bayou or not. And I'd put up all my money personally that he has been. I mean, Blue Bayou's been open since 1989. Lil Wayne was like 7 at the time. There's no way that he hasn't been, in my opinion at least. Like, I would love to hear what y'all think about that. So everyone who watches this episode, please comment or say something to me, reach out. I might be crazy, but I don't think I'm crazy on that one. I know that was such a random tangent, but I just had to bring that up, and I'm definitely going to tell my friend to watch this. That way he sees that, but I kind of want to rewind back onto those bumps in the road and those audibles, man. Like, I think I kind of consider this a test. I think life constantly gives us tests, and if we fail them, we get them back. It might not be the same way, but we do get them. And I just feel like so many people, when someone throws a bump in the road or there's an adjustment that needs to be made, people give up. And I don't think that's right, Not everything is just supposed to be constantly the same, We're giving ups, we're giving downs, a lot of downs, What we think we're doing tomorrow, we might not be. It might just change in an instant. And it doesn't just give us a reason to give up on the things that we love or the things that we want to do. Like, I'll be real, school has been a bitch lately. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of focus, and a lot of energy has to have been put into school as of recently. And like I said just earlier, like, it's kind of taken away from me making clips and me making those little things that help this podcast out. And I think it kind of reflects on how the past kind of episodes have done. I think it's been about 3 weeks since we've had one go 100 views or more. And views aren't something that I beat myself up on because, at the end of the day, I'm not here for views. I'm just here to kind of speak my mind and talk on this platform. But at the same time, obviously I want to see improvement. I want to see better things. And I know that just can't happen by not posting any clips or doing those little things. And it's just that process of figuring it out. And it's so easy. It's so easy just to say I'm done. And screw this. This is just a sign that maybe it's not it. No, it's just a sign of how bad do you want it. This is something I really want to do, and I enjoy doing it. And just because I'm giving something that I'm not really used to, or I have to do other commitments, that doesn't mean that I'm just going to give up on this, It's so important not to give up, guys. Like, just keep on going. These battle-tested moments are what make us the person we are. It makes us better. And I just truly believe in that. And I'm going to be real. Like, I just need to do better at balancing my own responsibilities, like this podcast and like the other things. And one thing how I kind of plan to get back into rhythm is that I just need to dedicate a week or a couple of days to this podcast, whether that's filming 3 or 4 episodes within that couple of day span or week span. And I need to dedicate a day to edit clips, or like I said earlier, I need to find someone who can make these clips for me. Because at the end of the day, this is still something that I care about. This is something I love and that it's important to me. And when you have something like that, you have to find a rhythm to be able to balance everything out. And I just feel like I have a lot of marbles in my school jar. And while, it's okay to have that, everything shouldn't just be in one jar. You got to balance it all out. And I know I'm giving a lot of expressions and using my hands a lot. I just had to get this off my chest. It feels better saying it, especially on camera too, because it gives me a sense of accountability. Because what kind of person am I if I just ramble all of this on this podcast and then don't do it? Like, what kind of person does that make me, if that makes sense? So I'm using this almost as a way to hold myself accountable and hold myself responsible for the things I need to do. But anyways, the bigger lesson from that, like I said, everyone has their setbacks. Everyone has something, where you might need to call an audible. But moral of my story is take that time to be honest with yourself and just figure out a way to how we can get back into rhythm and just get back to being the best version of yourself. And that's just it's the damn truth. But moving on, this is episode 46, guys. We have 6 more episodes until we reach a full year of podcasts. Now, of course, we took a couple weeks off for like Christmas and things like that. So we'll probably reach like the date of like the first episode dropping. Because I think that was like the first week of May or so. And just looking back on that, like, it's crazy to say that we're 46 episodes in. It doesn't feel like that. I've made so many connections, met so many wonderful people within this year. I just feel like life has changed so much, and I'm a different person way from episode 1, not just in a podcasting sense, just in life. I've heard so many stories from people and what they've been through, and I've tried to apply their advice into my own life, and it's been really helpful. I'd say the biggest advice that I've gotten is from my friend Sherm when he came on like episode 6 or one of those early episodes. He always talked about how we don't have bad days, we have bad moments. Just because something happens, we have a bad minute or a bad hour, it's so easy for us to just let that ruin our day and week or month really, it can ruin us for a long time, when in reality, we're mad about something that only happened for a minute. So much time left in the day to bounce back and to shake back. And coming to realize that, it's helped me out so much, because there are so many times, like in the day, when something bad will happen to me and I'm just ready to, surprising, some people might not know this, my close friends will, but like I can get mad easily, like just honestly, like if I'm really not in a good mood or something really doesn't go my way, like I'll get upset very quickly. And that's when I know, like, I just need to step back and just kind of reflecting on what he said, giving that advice, realizing that it's not a bad day, it's just a bad moment. That's helped me tremendously. Like, I can give an example. One day I lost my keys early in the morning, or I locked them out. I'm just known for doing that. Like, I've probably done it 5 times. I've had to call Papa Lock, drop that $100, and I'm gonna curse again. That was a bitch, dropping those $100 on that. Like, I feel like a fool. And at the time, I didn't know where my spare was, and I called. I'm gonna call out mom on this one. She's gonna watch this. I called my mom, and she was like, "Casey, this is like the 5th time you've done this." Like she was doing her own thing. Like kind of checked me almost. Like, this is your responsibility. Like, you need to figure this out. Like this has constantly been a problem. And past me probably just would have been mad at that, and I would have called the Papa Lock and just called it a day, and would have just been mad for the rest of the day. But instead, I walked to my house, found my keys, my spare keys, and was able to do it and just kind of overcome that. And I think that's what I'm trying to say, is just being able to step back a little bit and realize, like, okay, it's not the end of the world. Like, we just got to figure out a way to do differently. And one thing I really pride myself on about these episodes is that always asking, enjoy life. Why do you enjoy life? Because it's so great to hear other people's perspectives on what makes them enjoy life, whether it's family, friends, just the little things they say. It's always great to hear. And one thing I've always found cool is, like, some of my guests, they're new fathers. And, while I don't plan on having kids anytime soon, it's so cool to realize, like, once you get that child in your life, how much your life changes. And I'm sure everyone who's watching with kids, they'll completely agree with this. Because, I guess I really haven't thought about it until they said it. Like, you're responsible for someone else now. Like, it's not just you. Like, I can definitely understand how that changes you as a person, having to be accountable for someone else. And so just being able to hear people's experiences and to be able to share how I felt, I hope that at least something has resonated to one of you guys throughout this year. And I'm so excited to see what this next year has. Like, I can only imagine the guests we're going to get for the next 52 episodes. And I'm super excited for that. Like, I don't know who it's going to be right now. I can't tell you, but I just know God has something super great in store for me, and I know it's going to be a great year next year. And just speaking of this, some of my goals were not met. I'll be honest. Unless something miraculously happens within the next 2 or 3 weeks, we won't reach my goal of 1,000 subs in a year. And I think I should acknowledge that and be able to say that's okay. We're at, I want to say 340. That's not something I wanted to see, but I think instead of saying it's a loss, it's a lesson. And we get to learn from it and learn what worked and what didn't work. And through that, that's how we plan better. That's how we become better. And I know what needs to change. I have a good idea of what needs to change, and It's all about acknowledging it and actually doing what it takes to change. So I'm excited to see the person I become in this next year, because I know it's going to be something great. But like I said, I really don't have too much today. I just kind of wanted to update you guys on what's been going on my hectic life. It's been super busy, super busy. Like I said, foot is on the gas, but this is a commitment of mine. This is something I love, and I'm always going to show up for you guys. And I just want to say thank you for supporting me and being there for me. It means the world to me, and I'm blessed for each and every one of y'all. Y'all mean the world to me, and everyone who gives me positive feedback about the podcast, I'm greatly appreciative. But we're going to wrap this episode up. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. We're out.